right, guys. Hey, welcome to Patriot Talk with LW. This is going to be a weekly broadcast. I hope you guys all enjoy it. Today's topic is millions have joined the fight. Are you one of them? I got a commercial for you to watch, and after that, we'll talk about it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that commercial. War Machine put that together for us. And I got my friend with me here, Gene Cross. And we're going to talk a little bit about supplements and what this Patriot-owned company that I'm part of has to offer. So, Gene, if you wouldn't mind, you can do your part, and then I'm going to talk about some of the actual supplements that are on the shelves in this Patriot-owned company.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the move is on, right, Mike? Millions and millions have ditched big box stores and are buying their necessary items from a Patriot family-owned company, completely separating themselves from the supply chain system that's been set up by the globalists, for lack of a better way of putting it. So anyway, the one thing that I did want to talk about today is an article that was out this week about, I don't know if any of you seen this, probably some of you have. And let's see here if I can share my screen with you real quick. BlackRock and Vanguard, and I know we've talked about BlackRock and Vanguard before. There's a reason we talk about them frequently, because they are completely taking over control of a lot of what we've got going on. This mentions specifically food, but consumer goods is a huge part of that as well.
Yes,
and,
it is. And we do talk about BlackRock and Vanguard quite a bit. And folks, the reason why we talk about it is exactly what Gene is about to show you. And stay tuned to the end of the video, because I am going to tell you about some of the supplements that this company offers. So hang on and buckle up, because Gene's got some very important information to share with you. And then again, I'm going to go in and tell you some of the supplements that are available to you guys in this Patriot-owned company. Go ahead, Gene.
Yep. So anyway, this article hit this week, and those of us that have been paying attention are already well aware of this. But really, it's not highlighting that I wanted to point out. What I wanted to point out is the very next thing that I saw, which is, and sorry, I'll scroll to the top here real quick, and right behind it, a Reuters article, a quote unquote fact check, if you can imagine that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fact checkers.
Always love the fact checkers.
You always got to love those fact checkers.
Usually when it says it's been fact checked, that means what you said was correct and what they're putting out is a lie.
Yeah. So right behind it, Reuters says, "Oh, this is all missing context, right? It's taken out of context, and there's this we shouldn't be concerned about this, because this is, there's too much missing context here." But what I really wanted to highlight here was in this Reuters article, and I apologize, I might have gotten ahead of the thing, but uh, in this article from Reuters, they dismissed the fact that Vanguard and BlackRock are gaining all of this control because, and these two professors told Reuters they did not believe people should be concerned about Vanguard and BlackRock having significant shares in large companies. And the reason for that is when voting in invested companies on their behalf, they try to be transparent in how they vote by publishing this information. I don't know how that strikes you, but I'll tell you how it strikes me. That strikes me as somebody walking up and pulling a gun on you and putting it to your head and telling you this is a stick up. Mm-hmm. Does it make it any more palatable that you're being robbed because they just told you that they're robbing you?
Let me make a data point for you also, Gene. We talk about this on LWN all the time about how evil tells us what they're going to do before they do it. And this is just another part of it, what Gene's trying to explain to you guys. Just because they tell you that they're going to put a gun to your head and rob you doesn't mean that it's okay. And as far as BlackRock and Vanguard, they're doing that exact thing. They're telling you that what they're doing is okay. Just like, don't forget Pelosi and the rest of them. They're constantly telling us the bad things that they're doing. And we're supposed to, as patriots, swallow that pill. No thanks. I'm out.
Absolutely. So anyway, yeah, that just as I was digging on this subject, it just as soon as I saw that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it just doesn't make it better in my opinion.
Well, go back to the top of that article where they're actually starting to own the food processing plants here in America. Now, I want to make a data point on this again, Gene, because we have had multiple food processing plants suspiciously catch fire. Planes have hit them, explosions, a lot of things happening with our food processing plants. And the article says that BlackRock and Vanguard are actually stockholders in those food processing plants. So listen, folks, we're trying to give you guys some information here to educate you so you can make the best choices for you and your family. That's what this is all about.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So, and then the last little piece that I wanted to share with you today on this particular subject, I found it really interesting as I was digging on this, that just back in November of 2020, CNN of all places ran an article about BlackRock and the $15 trillion fund industry, saying that they should be broken up, this anti-monopoly group says. CNN of all people, right? Mm-hmm. Or of all sources, willingly ran this article about the opinion, anyway, that this industry, this $15 trillion fund industry, should be broken up because they're getting too much control.
Well, and look at the number. You just said it, 15 trillion with a T. $15 trillion fund. These people are making so much money. And how are they making that money? Every time you go to the big box store and you shop there, every time you buy and purchase Crest, Tide, Downy, that's how these people are making that money. You're funding this monster. And I'm trying to shake you and wake you up and say, hey, step outside of that matrix. Get outside of the matrix and make better choices when you spend your money.
Yeah. Did you catch the in the chat, Dan Lee saying money laundering?
Yeah, it's money.
That's
it's
exactly
money laundering.
what it is.
But the problem is they're laundering your money that you keep spending buying their products. And that's why the company that we're talking about, the Patriot owned company, that 97% of what they sell is made right here in America. They've already tried to buy these people out, and they have absolutely said no, they won't be bought out. And that's why I joined them. That's why I'm part of them, and that's why I promote them. Is I'm going to support people with the same thought process as me, the same beliefs, the same values, the same morals as me. I support these guys 100%. And I'm going to go into and talk about some of the supplements that these guys offer for you guys. If you're already buying supplements, if you've been thinking about buying supplements, I know there's a lot of questions. We can answer some of those. But here's some of the supplements that I want to share with you guys just real quick.
Hey, Mike, I got one last thing that I'd like to share with everybody real quick, if I could.
Yeah, go for it.
Before we get to that. The last thing, and I didn't see anything today in the chat. We do see it occasionally, and I wanted to address one thing that we see fairly frequently, and that is the idea that this is a pyramid. And make no mistake, folks, you're supporting a pyramid one way or another, and this graphic will help you, understand, hopefully, that situation. On the left is our model: family-owned manufacturer, healthy, safe ingredients, everyday customers, normal people, little guys. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a billionaire. Pretty sure Mike's not a billionaire.
Nope.
Pretty sure most of the people, maybe all the people, right, listening to us here and participating are not billionaires. So think about dollars as votes. You're voting for one side or the other here.
Yeah.
Are you going to vote for a multinational corporation with their lawsuits?
Okay, well, hold on. Let
Yep.
me pause you for just a minute.
Sure, you bet.
So when you're looking at the right side of that pyramid, multinational corporation, BlackRock, Vanguard, CNN. Those are the multinational corporations that we're fighting on a daily basis. They are a pyramid. You work for a pyramid. Let me tell you how. When I ran a business in North Dakota, I had a owner above me. I was the general manager. Under me were superintendents. Under them were foremen. Under them were the little guys, all the laborers. So every company that you work for is a pyramid. Walmart is a pyramid. Think about it for just a minute. When you're at your job, don't you have a supervisor? Above that supervisor, isn't there another supervisor? Above that supervisor, isn't there the CEO or the owner of the company? So every time people out there say, well, it's a pyramid. Yeah, you're right. Everything that you look at is a pyramid. But what Gene is trying to tell you is, which side of the pyramid do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side that keeps supporting the monster? Or do you want to be on the side that is actually a family-owned and operated, manufactured right here in America, 97%, that gives back to the Patriot movement? I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to pick the left side each and every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
let's talk about some of the supplements, Gene, and maybe you can go in a little more detail. I don't know how much you know about them. I'm just starting to get into them, but these guys offer what they call peak performance total health, total nutrition. They go into supplements that are for your bone and joint. They go into supplements for brain health. They go into vitality essentials. They have vitamins. They have Active C immune complex, which is kind of like Emergency that I used to buy at Walmart, but I don't buy there anymore. So this is something that helps boost your immune system. Vitamin Bs. They got hair and nail supplements. They got supplements for children, vitamins for children. They got K2 and D3. All kinds of vitamins, supplements. It's in my opinion, they put a lot of time, money, and effort and energy into these supplements as well. Gene, they do a lot of scientific studies and stuff on their supplements. Is correct?
Yeah, they've been at this for over 30 years. They have invested heavily in the science, real science, by the way, not the fake stuff. As far as the science goes, 20 plus year studies on on the impact, the overall health impact. This isn't just about um, living longer. It's about living better, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Healthy
one of
living.
the things too that I want to make sure and interject here is we're talking about something that is far more reaching than supplements as far as this option to take your money away from Walmart. There's literally every category of consumer goods available, all the stuff that you use to run your household on a daily
Yep.
basis, whether it be laundry soap or dishwasher soap or shampoo and conditioner or toothpaste, whatever. They've got all kinds of things. They've got makeup for the ladies and so on. So I don't want to, don't want anybody to say, well, oh, I don't do supplements, so therefore um, this isn't a good fit for me, right? There's a little bit for everybody here, regardless. And I guarantee you, for the vast majority of us are carting this stuff home by the tens, 20s, and 50s or $100 worth at a shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That just absolutely happens. I am like you, Mike. I'm relatively new in the supplement space, but the one thing that drove me here in the past year, again, let's wake up. I mean, I know we're all awake here and paying attention, but this is a biological war that we're in right now, right? We're in an
Yeah.
informational war and we're in
Mm-hmm.
a biological war. Anybody that doesn't think that COVID was a biological weapon that was aimed directly at us and the trigger pulled,
Yeah.
and if you think that's the last one we're going to see, I hate to tell you, but they're not going to stop throwing this stuff at us. And the way to protect yourself on this is to boost your immune system. And so I'm definitely that's part of my new world now, right? Is I need to boost my immune system so that I'm better able to resist what's being thrown at me.
Absolutely. But thank you for that point about how they have so much more to offer. This is an online store. There's the link. This is an online store. Tracy can drop the link as well. But this is an online shopping opportunity, just like Amazon. You go online, you go to their store, you shop, you order, they ship it right to your doorstep, just like Amazon, but it's Patriot owned. And this is the other great thing about it. How many of you get super frustrated when you call on something like this and you get either an automated system or you get somebody who can barely speak English? The great thing about this Patriot owned company is there are other patriots just like you, just like me, who are working this job. And so they personally reach out to you, they contact you, they set up a meeting with you, and then they go through the whole store with you. They show you how to order, they walk you through personally. And I like that kind of personal service commitment. And that's a big deal to me. I know it's a big deal to a lot of you folks out there. Plus, this company is always looking for people who are looking for a financial opportunity to make money. So it's got a lot of options for you.
That's a great point that you were making there, Mike, and I'd like to tie into just a little bit further. We have been programmed to think that everything should be point and click, right? And that we should have no human interaction. They've done everything they can in the last 2 years to divide us, to
Yep.
separate us, to pit us against each other. And part of what we are doing with LWN Flip the Switch is we are linking arms with each other.
Yeah.
We are connecting with real patriots.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to get a bot, or anything like that. You're going to get a real live person to talk to have a conversation with, to answer your questions.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a hardcore pitch. This is, to put it simply, this is a sorting of sense. It's deciding, are you with us or are you not? And there's no shame in if it's not a good fit for you. Okay. It is what it is. But I think the vast majority of you, if you just take a close look at what you're doing now and what you could be doing, I think you're going to see that it's a good fit. One thing that I would like to address that I saw in chat just a minute ago, somebody said they haven't shopped at Walmart in about 3 years. Let's be clear that while it's really easy to pick on Walmart, Walmart is not the only thing that the globalist monopoly controls. They literally control every inch of retail shelf space, all the way down to your local mini mart or your Dollar General or your little local drugstore. Their supply chain only has the stuff. I like to run off the list of Tide, Downy, Dawn, and Crest, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you might not be buying Tide. You might be buying Arm & Hammer, or you might be buying Cheer or Gain. I love Gain. I love to mention Gain.
I used to. I used to be a Gain guy. I used to be a Gain guy.
Gainiac. But it could be Palmolive dishwashing soap instead of Dawn. Okay, same bunch of people. Same bunch of people. It could be Colgate instead of Crest. Same bunch of people. It could be all these little family brands now that have been bought up in the last 10 or 15 years by the big guys. The 7th generation Method Cleaners, Tom's of Maine, Burt's Bees, Dollar Shave Club, Harry's Razors, all those companies, they got bought out. They're controlled by the globalists. And all that stuff is on the shelf. Again, it's on the shelf. Mm-hmm. It's the only choice you have. You think you have choices. Those choices are controlled by roughly 11 companies.
And we're trying to give you another choice. So for those of you that I want to address that say, well, I don't shop at Walmart anymore. When you walk down to the local mom and pop, the little grocery store, and you need toothpaste and you reach up on that shelf and you grab the Crest and you grab the Colgate and you say, well, I'm not supporting the monster because I'm not shopping at Walmart. You're still supporting them. And that's why we're trying to give you another option. And so, that's why I created lwnfliptheswitch.com. You guys can look at that and we can answer your questions right there. Personally.
Go there, put your information in. You'll be contacted by a real live person that wants to be helpful. That's going to link arms with you, a fellow patriot. It's just going to be a nice conversation. That's all it is.
And there's no commitment. There's no commitment.
That's correct. Yep. It's information sharing. It's an opportunity.
All right, folks. That's all we have for today. If you guys like this, share it out. Would really appreciate it. And guess what? We'll be back next Thursday with more information with Gene on Patriot Talk with LW. So thank you guys. Have a great day. God bless.